Today na the 15th day of January 2025. Could you believe? Yes, we don't split January middle. Okay, well, who say you dey na the 14th day, palava no day. But who say we dey na the 15th? ACC and Parliament, they get a tussle over the Auditor General in report. From where Honorable Tawa, from last year, now he don't want Francis Ben Kaifala for make he come out behind the Auditor General in report. He tell and say, the Auditor General in report, well, that report dey na Parliament improperty. Le Francis Ben Kaifala fin work for do. Other work than they. But it look like say, say, par the audit report that the FBK kisabi catch cruise. Ewanka Hamburg Honorable Tawa yung cruise way they pa catch right now. So now they tell like say the clash one happy no. Yes. Usai Honorable Tawa they tell Francis Ben Kaifala say he look ke Boku energy for waste. Honorable Tawa don't tell MDAs they not forgo to Francis Ben Kaifala. If ACC invites them, they not forgo the unless Parliament tell them say for goody. If Parliament not tell anybody where they inside the audit report, then ACC want kotari. I can say hey, can I answer what you get na. Parliament say if they able give longer suck teeth, then talk that side. Eh? No, they're not talking. But give them no more. But don't forget to still live at the blackout. Eh? Yeah, we'll still live at the blackout. Eh? Shaiba, you say like the fetto don't start? Left. Well, I see by waiting heads I say. Freetown. Faulty underground, MV underground cable, na Brookfields. They said they go fix her not later than today the 15th. Faulty underground cable between PWD, Pademba Road and SS. Then George Brook. Himself not later than today the 15th and go fix them. HBC2, Cutwire, na Syke Street, pada feed away the himself not later than today then go fix them. Then get burnt MV ABC cable within a Thompson Street. Himself not later than today, then go fix them. Burnt LV riser and cut cable now William Street. Himself same thing, the 15, then go fix. They say they get at fault and overcurrent indication along the Lumley Healthcare Center. The feeder we did it. Instead of 15 by the 15 and go fix them. King Tom Police Package. They say they get cut wire day. They say not later than today then go fix them. Who say this? Stolen cable from the transformer na Natco. Na Wellington Sayanda. So na still a thief. Eh? Ah, okay. Wahala no dey. Bo, wetin go happen dey? Bo go experience power outage from 9 in the morning to 7 p.m. due to the isolation for the 33 kV work between Kenema and Bo. Kenema, that same thing no more no idol say for talk that one day na. Na don't so. Wait oh. So with the blackout tool in Afriton, why una not put take up power ship? Now make a sell a rido. Eh? Why una not put the blackout with it all over? Anybody will try for call today in phone day off. Because you no charge. Because they have pa EDSA. Well, we have 3 sources we get. The one fail, other one go take up. Will the other one fail, another one go take up. EDSA, una try the yeah? Left owner. Owner ready for give the lights, no problem. January you don't care. Festive season don't care. Yes, some of the JC they will be there for that December first week in January. They don't turn back. But some of who get guys. So now they deal with we. Why would they na? Well, I know they. Me if I be get so by internet, like I don't go sit down on my farm. Because the small peck so I get there, I able to survive with her. Yeah. Where you go. But light, I get 24 hours. But still left that one day. At the head, sir. At the internet, you know the okay and the fine. Like I don't go lolonte. Okay. 2023 audit reports don't come out. Honorable Tawa, the knock chest right now na Parliament, the Public Account Committee, they work. Francis Kaifala every December na that they can see don't say, well, some people you know, I ain't Allah for talking. But this trip not become make that getting in max inside December na January na I can do. Who say Honorable Tawa? They pa catch yon cruise Francis Kaifala one can bug problem. One can put Sansan na Honorable Tawa in Gary. If you don't want on the last thing, he no agree for your reward. You say why I say he no agree for your reward? Then Honorable Tawa say, before Francis Kaifala be make in press conference, he called Honorable Tawa. But the thing is, Honorable Tawa say, what if Francis Kaifala call tell him, not so he do? What did that mean? That means say FBK don't begin lie. You say triple A, you say begin lie. Abrade they lie. I beg go. Who stay see lie? You know Sabi Impadi, the minister when they lie. If he and the minister when they lie and then they roll together, birds of the same feather, they flock together. I mean to say, but no more. And I able to say the thing we tell her over the phone, not to you go do. Okay. Well, now we invite Francis Kaifala first. Let do yon. FBK. Boy, can show yourself, boy, can show yourself. Show yourself for we.
In a world where there's a consequence-based system, you tell the person, okay, thank you, you've given me the record, but you have caused us embarrassment. And that means there has to be a consequence. You will be suspended. You could be dismissed. Let the person go and sit with their family and children to ponder how they abdicated or failed in their responsibility. And that is not wickedness. That is duty. That is loyalty to state and country. That is responsibility. And above all, that is accountability. See now, for example, when Audit Service has identified revenue not traced to the CRF, which institution is this now? This is General Purpose Financial Statement. Revenue not traced to the CRF, 34 million. Now, this kind of revenue not traced in the system could have ended into the bank accounts or into the hands of the tiger. Let's say the minister, the general, the commissioner, or whosoever. But when we go and check, the person who has the responsibility to bank that money is who? Is the director of finance. When we now arrest, we say, oh no, you You are only going after this one. You are not. You should ask question. Is him? Where is the money? It's only when they have the courage to come with evidence to us to show that the minister asked me to take this money to his or her girlfriend or boyfriend, and that evidence is compelling to us that we can even talk to the minister. But in the process, the press and people in the country will be saying ACC is only concerned with the lower people. And that is why that happens. And in this Auditor General's report, we have a plethora of issues that we believe should not be a waste of time. They should be dealt with quickly, fast, and probably spontaneously. There are those who've identified to be investigation issues. There are those who've identified to be prevention issues. There are those who've identified to be administrative issues. It's just administration. Somebody just needs to do something administratively. So we start with ministries, departments, and agencies. For example, there is revenue not traced to the CRF fund, which includes GST, income tax, oil companies, and mining companies, about 34 million new loans. So every amount I'm going to call will be in new loans. That should be investigated, and somebody asks questions as to why. Duty waivers given to individuals, institutions without documentation, amounting to about 11 million euros. Whenever I call 11 million euros, think it as billion euros. So if it is 34 million now, think it as 34 billion euros. So let's first correct our mindset in that regard, because we have changed the currency nomination in our country, and sometimes it brings confusion. So 34 million euros is not the old 34 million euros. It's actually the old 34 billion euros. So we have aspects of Ministry of Agriculture. For example, list not paid by private business organizations for combined harvesters and dryers. Look at something like this. List not paid. The question you ask is, what has the ministry done about it? It is now in the audit report, and the citizens combine this money together and say the money has been stolen. It's not really money stolen. It's just something that was not done. But audit service like to quantify things in money. It is easier to present. Salary paid to deceased staff. Imagine, Ministry of Agriculture paid 13 million loans to a deceased staff. Now imagine if that happens at the ACC and I am the ACC commissioner. You think that director of finance is going to remain in this institution? He will just dismiss himself. Except he has a very good explanation for it. And these are some of the things I'm talking about. Salary paid to staff not available for physical inspection, amounting to 400,000 euros. That's not too much of money, but that is found itself in this report, means somebody ought to have done something that they just did not do. If the staff is not available for inspection when auditors come, and let me give, auditors sometimes come for a minimum of 2 weeks. Why is the staff not available for inspection? Is that something that we should waste state resources to be holding parliamentary meetings for months and months to ask questions why staff at agriculture did not submit themselves for meeting? Why can't the person at ministry or HRMO just dismiss whoever was responsible for it and pay part of their benefits or salary to the state for this kind of problem to the state? Or those staff who did not present themselves for verification. Why is that not an administrative issue, a query, or some form of responsibility? Should we waste the time of the ACC to start calling them? ACC, come. Why were you not there? Is that a valuable use of the resources of the state for such anomalies? Sierra Leone Chamber of Agribusiness Development, SLICAD. Absence of reliable records justifying the utilization of funds. And that amounts to 188,000 records of how you use public funds that was given to you. You did not give it to auditors. And these are the same people, when we ACC now go in to investigate, they come with all kinds of records immediately. So the question is, why issues under the Ministry of Tourism and Culture are not paid? Disposal of assets amounting to 10 million. Mineral resources, salary paid to contract staff without employment contract. Do you see why I said these things are mostly administrative? How can you pay a salary to a contract staff without a contract? What does that mean? Office of the Chief Minister, staff not available for verification. Office of the Vice President, salary paid to staff not available for physical inspection. So basically, as I have gone through the issues with the Ministry of the ministries, departments, and agencies, I am sure there is no doubt in your minds that the issues are all similar. It's either revenue not banked, staff not available for inspection, asset issues, and things that are really administrative or supervisory. If we increase our in Sierra Leone, what has to be done as leaders properly, I am telling you, this report could have been empty. How do we 25 ministries, departments, of agencies where staff are not available for verification? Why? There are other institutions which I will just go through briefly. Apart from the ministries, departments, agencies, we have local councils, the same problem. Revenue collected, not banked. Freetown City Council. Freetown City Council, withholding taxes not paid. Payment to contractors without evidence of work. All of them are administrative. Kono District, unsupported payments. Kambia District, withholding taxes not paid. Unsupported payments. Kaifala District, withholding taxes not paid. Staff employment records not supported. Kwedu New Semeun City, withholding taxes not paid. PAYE not paid. Fixed asset not available for verification. Revenue not banked. Western Rural, revenue not banked. PAYE not paid. Bombali District, PAYE not paid. Withholding taxes not available. Karine District, PAYE not paid. Withholding taxes not paid. Falaba, withholding taxes not paid. Unsupported documents. Kodloko, City Council, withholding taxes not paid. Kenema District Council, withholding taxes not paid. Kenema City, inadequate staff documentation. Moyamba District, fixed assets not available for verification. Moyamba District, staff loan not recovered. Tokolini District, unsupported payments. Bo District, unsupported payments. Administrative. These are not monies that you will say somebody went and stole. It is not even corruption in the corruption sense that we know it. It's just failure of leadership. Supervision. Holding people who work under you accountable. To auditors when they come. Taking the audit service seriously. If you go to diplomatic missions, the same thing. Revenue collected individuals were not paid into government's coffers. It's the same issue in almost all ministries. Embassy of Monrovia, Liberia, staff social security contribution not paid. Embassy of Monrovia, Liberia, nurses records not submitted. Embassy Monrovia, use of consular funds to settle shortfalls in payments for security services. Embassy of Ghana, Accra, medical expenses not accounted for. Embassy Accra, Ghana, end of service benefits without relevant documentation. Embassy of Ghana, various amounts not accounted for by the finance attaché, amounting to over $8,000 to $8,000, $11,000, and $10,000. Embassy of Conakry, Guinea, NACID contributions not paid. And the same embassy in Guinea, expenditure of $5,850 not verified. And then we have donor projects and coordination. So basically, I don't have to go over this. What this tells clearly is that our problems can be fixed if only we introduce a lot more discipline in the system. If only we are ready to ensure that there's accountability in public institutions. If only we can hold ourselves a little bit more accountable and be a little more serious with our respective responsibilities as leaders of this institution. And I know the president of Sierra Leone actually wants this to happen. He wants a country of discipline. He wants the people who understand that their responsibilities. When he tells me sometimes, he says, Francis, when I make somebody a director general, I want him to be the director general. I don't want to micromanage him. But some of these people, to sack their own staff, they have to come to me to ask me whether they should sack the staff. I know the president of Sierra Leone means business when he says he wants the destiny of this country to be changed for good. And we are going to continue working with institutions to make sure this happens. So, this is what you have. If the ACC is to act on this, most of the issues you have, if you see what is against them in our remarks, is quick fix, quick fix, quick fix, quick fix, quick fix, quick fix. These Auditor Generals can be completed in less. We will be consulting with Parliament for them to allow us to do that with some of these quick fixes. And then the ones that are more complex, they want to engage with, can engage with them. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this is the plan of action of the ACC. But more importantly, is for you to understand what this Auditor General's report is really about and how we all can continue to support ourselves, support the leadership of the country, support the president of Sierra Leone to change the story of this country so that we do not go back to where we were. What we want at the ACC is to make sure that impunity is not in the system. And for there to be impunity, not to be in the system, is not just to hold people and lock them up in prison. Even just sometimes suspending somebody is a consequence. Dismissing them from their job is a consequence. Transferring them is a consequence. Holding them accountable, reprimand, even just a warning letter is a consequence. But most importantly, where it is serious, charging them to court for them to take responsibility. Reason. Even just sometimes suspending somebody is a consequence. Dismissing them from their job is a consequence.
Okay, là où les Francis Ben Kaifala yanda. How left Andy? Yeah? So where they talk, what you pick? Eh? If the ACC commissioner, they say, oh, some of them are administrative, not so like for saying a corruption, like corruption, now you know corruption. Ebona the same thing, bo. Bruh, as long as the auditor come, auditor not able to verify. Outside compliance audits come for make them see say them follow everything. You say auditor then like for put money because now money na easier. But not to for say na like say na corruption like say. Oh, we come up and enforce this thing. Because you look one well business. Now I make honorable I don't tell you, like come up here now. Come up here the audit report because we know say almost billion for that whole money na missing. You now they can't fine tune and say, oh, not get time for waste. These are all quick fixes. Not so now where Parliament they work now you get quick fix so. Where Parliament they work now they tell you shall be quick fix. You own quick fix back you they talk say waiting. Not to like for saying a corruption, not just administrative. Now I making a this thing for fire, then I for fire. If you collect money for go put in a consolidated fund, you not put her. Now waiting Andy. Not a corruption. I can't take your reports there. Because the quick fix where FBK can with that quick fix. Nah, it's not fixing. That quick fix they not the fix. It don't begin to tea the water. It don't begin to tea. But can't tell you say not to say like corruption no. Brother corruption. From the days of APC, na corruption. To this term right now, na corruption. I can corruption, you do so. The same things over and over. We go fend na 2012 audit report, now you go still fend back na 2023 audit report. Why? No, why? Why didn't they give them people their job? Line talk say, they want the way President Bill can say don't give person job, they micromanage. When they want fire a person, they can ask and force if let them fire. Because what you do, those people who will get the job, then connected to the power grid. Now I mean they can ask for spala firearm. Wait, President Bill, no. Well, if not, you can talk now, you name them can use so. Yeah, na Francis bien Kaifala talk, you know, yeah. He said President Bill, so you can people like you want, they micromanage, you want let them do the job. But then you want fire person, they can ask President Bill first. Yeah, because the man no want fire person, they can lose in job. Now the reason now one day. Honorable Tawa don't want FBK, boy, look here, you word. Honorable Tawa Kamba. It's up to you. Shoot some first one.
Anti-Corruption Commissioner with the name out institution them we fall short under the audit report of 2023, and already the PAC, the Public Account Committee in Parliament, they do the same thing of what the Anti-Corruption Commission they do. Outside the public lie on listening to, or the one that we fall short inside this audit report, who that then get for go account to explain to?
We have a small and what's in call youthful exuberance. So I think say the Anti-Corruption Commissioner get Boku energy for waste.
They say when you see picking the jump in Mama Cook. Yes. Now that what day now it's also youthful exuberant. When you see picking the jump in Mama Cook. You say waiting?
So I think say the Anti-Corruption Commissioner get Boku energy for waste.
Brian a fresh married man no. This one way honorable to the tell you get Boku energy for waste. I don't think so you want to waste that energy there. Before you waste that other side, we not go get benefits. It is what it is. In me talk, I beg go free me. No, see, no, yeah, who that talk? Hey, talk and back, sir.
So I think say the Anti-Corruption Commission get Boku energy for waste.
Yes. Into there, you know, they always talk, huh? So now make me just the advice and say that energy we get Boku. We unable to say the waste. The man just married. He needs that energy day. But I know waste time. I'm just saying.
Because if I understand as an erudite lawyer the instruction of the Constitution, subsection 4, subsection 5 of section 119, very clear as to whether the Auditor General report. So when you read subsection 6 and 7 of the same section 119, it will tell you, say in subsection 6 of section 119, that the Auditor General is subject to the control and authority of no one. But there are two people we get the mandate for action for audit anybody. That is the President acting in the with the advice of Cabinet and Parliament, because the Auditor General is our staff. The Anti-Corruption Commission, maybe the commissioner they present the commission like they cannot function without the Auditor General's report.
Hey, ACC, oh, ACC. Is it what is that?
The Anti-Corruption Commission, maybe the commissioner they present the commission like they cannot function without the Auditor General's report.
You want catch cruise by the Auditor General report? Usai Honorable Tawa already they catch you on cruise. Yeah. This is the clash of the no forget. Wait, we still live at the House of Politicians. Okay. Continue.
And that is not it. That is not it. The audit report is the property of Parliament. You see, this is not the second time where Parliament and ACC don't they get this issue. But JFK be advising himself accordingly when the former leader of government business, Ibrahim Bundu, be drawing attention and he mind them of what in the law say.
This na be Tradeo. Yeah? Joseph Fitzgerald, the time we in a be ACC boss. Now they quote so with Ibrahim Bundu will be then a Parliament or the Honorable. We know the day again. Okay?
So I'd expect say the commissioner will advise himself accordingly.
FBK. Honorable to actually advise yourself. You know they can advise you say let you come up behind the Auditor General in report. He say let you advise yourself. Well, okay.
Parliament, the report is submitted to us. If we not make them public, if we not table the report, it can never be a public document. Until we table the report, now they call a whistleblower document. So if we give you the report to keep them, ACC cannot say, oh, they go look at this report. No, it is not the report of public. So for make them public, there is no shady things about Parliament. The ACC they conduct hearing, fine, but not on this audit report. And I have instructed in the last period, and I will say it on public radio.
Samba, what do you want to say? What do you want to say on public radio?
That no MDA.
Yeah? Ministries, department, and agency, nobody?
No agency.
Eh?
No, they go to the ACC until Parliament refer such matter to the ACC.
Into na he don't talk and back say let nobody no go to ACC. Pass Parliament tell the process say go to ACC. So if ACC call you say one can do in quick fix, Parliament say let no goodie. If you able get longer sucked it not ramo. Oh.
Because now Parliament in sole rights, sole prerogative by the Constitution, Section 1088 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone 1991, Act number 6, and the lawyer should advise himself. Say anything. I hear in a report say Parliament give power to the ACC. There is no part in the ACC Act of 2000 and the amendment of 2019 recently will do under the sitting commissioner. We give them any mandate for look into the Auditor General's report until it is referred to them.
Okay. Yeah, the Auditor General reports. Now I don't count the so. Okay.
There's no mention of the Auditor General's report. Let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
So, the position of Parliament in Section 1088, now that anything we inconsistent with this governor is null and void ab initio. Nobody really changed that day. So the point is, the commissioner must listen to himself. He must listen to good conscience.
Wait, so the commissioner not dey listen to himself? Wait, can they talk? So just talk. He dey listen to himself. You say what thing, sir?
He must listen to good conscience.
Okay, for listening to good conscience, but so if you not listen to good conscience, then a bad conscience you dey listen to. Okay.
He must follow the law.
The commissioner na lawbreaker. He not follow the law. Me na question I dey ask you. A big balance me.
And all the issue that this not makes this. You go look the audit reports.
So how you say the commissioner they talk?
All the issue that this not makes this. You go look the audit reports.
Oh, sorry, sir.
Most of the issues the way they highlight, these are issues that we are in 2021, 2022 reports. Go to 2021 report. There was the issue of the onion matter of the Ministry of Agriculture. He was looking at it. There's nothing to date. So the point is, Parliament, if Parliament will examine that issue there, Parliament give that issue there, will they give the issue with all the authority? What I mean the authority, all the required provisions, the way the people go don't violate and all, where they make your investigation easier. So what you will do as Parliament, and what you know they happen under me, maybe in the past the public forbid us say, okay, no, Parliament is not doing this, let the ACC take over, or let the ACC continue to fill the vacuum. I spoke to him on the phone.
Wait till na talk see.
Last year, we had a conversation.
Oh, na be last year. Okay.
And in his words, there was a vacuum.
Okay, then na be last year. Vacuum be there. Okay. Where now?
Okay.
And that vacuum never existed again.
Vacuum not there again. That space not there again. Okay.
This is an integrity issue. There was a vacuum. He told me that. We had that conversation. The vacuum never existed. Parliament is doing its work. So there is no reason why make the Anti-Corruption Commission for feel like without the Auditor General's report, the Anti-Corruption Commission cannot function. That is hell no.
So now, so you believe?
You don't repeat this one back. Like say anti-corruption no get work for do. Now audit report na anyone can hang pa. Una go for work.
Well, that is how it's presenting the picture.
Okay.
That without the Auditor General's report, they will die. They will not die. There are other issues in governance.
You say the ACC not get anything for do with the Auditor General's report unless una refer matter to them. But just last year when I interview you before una start for look at 2021 and 2022 audit report, make a reference to a statement where ACC been put say nobody no get rights over the audit reports unless the Anti-Corruption Commission. You they say now the ACC no get any rights over the audit reports. Now Parliament for look into them. Who say ACC put their empower for look into the audit report and bar Parliament not for look at it?
Most are two things I will say. First, now that the ACC is a creature of the Constitution, and the acts way bring the ACC into being styled under Section 106 of the Constitution gives them the powers under an Act of Parliament, and the Act of Parliament takes feed from the Constitution. Yeah, that is one. Secondly, I don't want to say this, but let me say it. Where I sit as Deputy Speaker, I am fourth in line to the presidency.
You never want to talk him, but you say let talk him. Yes, talk him back, talk him. Sometimes BK know the reward.
Where I sit as Deputy Speaker, I am fourth in line to the presidency.
So if you count the president, the vice, the speaker, and the deputy speaker, fourth in line. If there three people and they know the, if the president not the vice not the speaker not the, and they want somebody for run the country, the deputy speaker they, he can be president for that day. Who say ACC go there? Party in line for the presidency. Okay, no, ACC not there. Okay. Yeah, power, see power. Power go your reward. Continue, sir.
So it showed the level of authority where the command where I make statements.
You know, yeah. ACC in your level, yeah, and just know when be the talk. Until they now the fourth in line to the presidency in your statement.
And the point is, the authority of Parliament. In this constitution, there is only one person where a name mentioned more times in this constitution past Parliament, and that's the President. And even with the President's power, if you go to subsection 4 of section 40, we give the President power for enter into agreement, treaties, or foreign on behalf of Sierra Leone. It says treaties they will get for do or agreement will get for do with alteration of taxes. Parliament has to ratify it. That is how powerful we are. You go to section 60. It says even if cabinet they look at issues under collective responsibility, Parliament can stop them and say, hold on, let us look into it. So Parliament has a sole power on multiple issues around governance, not to talk of the Auditor General, where section 119 of the Constitution, go to section 118. You will see 119 is an entrenched clause of the Constitution. When a Parliament says if we want for do anything in section 119, we're not able to pass to the people for referendum. So the commissioner of ACC cannot change the fact that the audit service, their report comes to Parliament. It is the property of Parliament. It is Parliament that look into the report. It is Parliament that should debate the report and refer to a committee therein.
With all this, the ACC still look at the audit report.
They are not looking at it. They held the press conference. Before he held the press conference, let me tell you.
He say, Musa say, but then they pa look up and I say, no, they pa look up. Yes. Audit report, I know how to go so today on Monday. So before he held the press conference, what's happening now, Tawa?
He called me. We had
he called you.
the conversation.
On a talk.
He sent me the grid.
He sent him in presentation.
The grid that he was reading out, quick fix, investigation.
So quick fix, that quick fix, so he be the talk to send him to you. Okay.
He shared it with me, and he told me in that conversation that before the press conference that he's going to give due deference to Parliament because Parliament and then get rights to the report.
So he tell you say, well, Parliament and then get rights to the report, he will give preference to Parliament. Okay.
These are exchanges between myself and him. He can deny it if he wants to.
So Francis Ben Kaifala, he cannot talk though he deny. Not to me talk. No can't say triple. Yeah, you return no able say.
These are exchanges between myself and him. He can deny it if he wants to.
You don't deny him by you before? Or you don't see him purpose where he deny before? Where he talk something, then he deny? Yeah, FBK. You can deny? Because if the deputy speaker not sabi for that trickery, I don't feel safe for talking more. But say if you are, you can deny. Unless if you don't deny before.
But I know what I say it's true. The integrity issue. So the point now that for most of the things that will happen at the press conference, they are variants with what we discuss. And we've had several conversations around the audit report.
Is it that it defaults from a conversation?
No, I'm not going to say default. So he choose for make a statement where he thinks it's appropriate for him as a commissioner.
So Musa they try for act civilized. Say you think say what he tell you not to talk so you lie. Now I say no. Well, I ain't choose for talk because it's in a commissioner. It's a fun shake till. Okay.
And for the commission, but we no they give any mandates for going near the Auditor General's report of 2023 and going forward because Parliament they set a bar and this bar will they set so now bar anybody will come after me for sustain because we don't make Parliament as open as possible. So Musa, come to think of it, well as you see Parliament they conduct public hearing publicly openly for everybody live stream. This is unprecedented. So the point is there is nothing fishy about what we do.
But there is a particular time where certain stage in the Public Account Committee they will engage in certain people we need for explain on certain amounts where they misuse. We only ask journalism for be out, not for witness. That particular session day.
Okay, firstly, now that the Parliamentary standing orders give Parliament the power for all particular sessions in camera. And let me tell you this, and this is a kudos and a feather to Sierra Leone's cap. Now the Commonwealth. Now Sierra Leone are the only parliament with the old Public Accounts Committee hearing in public.
Yeah, that. Kudos. Hey, okay.
Even in the UK, Public Accounts Committee, go to the UK, the House of Commons website, you will see all the Public Account Committee notices on the House of Commons website where they say the session now in camera. But we are doing it in open. There are issues, yeah, because I don't want to invoke SO 75. There are issues I would ask everybody to go out, let me listen, firstly, and understand. For example, if I'm dealing with defense issues, I cannot hold that session publicly. If you not get for do with maybe procurement violation, unsupported documentation, if it has to do with military issues, I will not hold it publicly. Similarly, anything we get for do with the state of the nation's security, a way conflicts public interest, I have to protect the Constitution in Section 104.
Definitely, you have to, sir. When it comes to 19 and day, you know, say them for can't talk and bang bang. Eh? So, who gets power for audit reports? Don't tell what Francis Ben Kaifala in the Alala for audit reports. And I able to, I don't tell and say, mash you break your man, mash you break. Well, let we check now. The one them we honorable Tawa be done this sidon pa. Amos he don't get her. Eh? Amos he don't get her. Let we hear.
Okay, already don't to more highlight or give proper information on 2021 and 2022 audit reports. Now let we come to the current one. We're in a topic of discussion. We're in the 2023. I mean, the Public Account Committee already don't go through this particular report, and not only call out institution individual. We get for do explanation inside this report. Take we through this particular one. Any similarity there from previous one? Or in your issue totally different? Like
I said, the audit issues they are the same across from where me know the parliament, from I don't go parliament, so I don't read that from 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. They are the same. So in this 2023 report, there are standout issues.
Okay.
The auditors, there is a lot of contractual issues. There is issue around Zulab, the OM and C agreement between the Ministry of Information and Communication, then now the Ministry of Communication and Technology and Zood Labs, and there is issue between the Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources and Kingo Mines, Leone Rock. They also raised the issue of HID, where critical contractual issues them. So the committee started yesterday. There are lots of other issues. The Ministry of Agriculture, of course, stores the issue of assets, stores left dilapidated, assets given to the ministry, trashers and other machines them, self-DD, the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, then give them another rise of about 1,140 something metric tons of rice, where the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture use your own calculation for determine the sale price, where it different from the prevailing market price, where they sell them, and give a particular vendor of theirs for where they provide services for the school feeding, for utilize them for the school feeding, utilize them, and they were supposed to deduct the amount from in service payments or in invoices. They never deducted such payments. The supplier admits to it. So all of those ones are low-hanging fruits. But now we started yesterday with Zood Labs, and in Zood Labs, when the audit reports come out, then put out a newspaper front page where show them all a check of about 191 million or so. So firstly, the 191 million, according to the hearing yesterday, now that's not in respect of payment for the OM and C agreement between Zood Labs and the government of Sierra Leone. According to them, it's a totality of all their tax liabilities or tax payments when they don't make to government. Now in that one day. Secondly, that in that agreement they were mandated. They promised that Salcab was only making 345,000 a year. Now then go take them to 1.8, so they will be paying government 1,800,000 for a year annually, and they've operated the facility for about 4 years. So they're supposed for all government $6,300,000 United States dollars.
Okay.
According to the records and the accounts we receive from the accountant general, they don't pay $480,000 of the $1,260,000 they're supposed to pay for the digital development fund, and they not only pay verifiable, they don't pay $2,280,000 United States dollars of the $5,570,000 what they for pay for the OM and C. So they are saying in their explanation, they are saying that part of the amount they're supposed to pay government now they be used for offset staff liabilities. But my point to them was, one, let us agree that, or let us assume that you did make that payment. Now under whose authority?
Okay.
They say they have a conclusion. I say okay, let them go with the conclusion. Additionally, them when they inherit SALCAB, they inherited SALCAB with healthy account balances. So then they talk about the expenditure, but they not talk about the revenue with them collect. So I have given them time, and we have written to the banks, all of the banks, for giving now the SALCAB account statements from January 2019 to December 2019, January 2020 to November 2020, where SALCAB formally hand over to Zood Labs, so that they know what in the SALCAB accounts, what in they inherit financially, they will net her off from what in them pay the staff. They will know almost per SALCAB money they use for pay their staff them back.
Okay.
They will know almost per their own money. They will be able to make a determination now. So the $760,000 owner reports, now the assumed amount will assume say okay, the 2.26 million where they say they pay the staff is included, so they owe government about that. But if we remove the 2.26 million, it means their actual liability to the government and people of Sierra Leone is $3 million.
Now, Honorable Law, we look at the issue of the couple they wanna don't collect in 2020 to 2021, and also we wanna don't start 2023, wanna get for recover some money them. The concern that people don't know who say their money are day, because then they ask for receipts and they ask for the bank them who wanna pay them different money at all. The Parliament's account committee go able to make out to the public available the receipt of them money I wanna recover and show the bank them way them money are so day. So if person want verify, go verify.
I'll give you two. Or I'll give you three. First, go to the NRA account. We have schedules. We have Swift payments where we get confirmation of. You check with SLRSA where Union Trust Bank get amount to be done at the 2021-2022 audit report with the ACC look into. They call them and provide a document for the issue. An issue where an amount was deposited into the account. The deposit was not in the account, but they however have a deposit slip in their possession, and the amount was in limbo of about 477 million. You go ask SLRSA, they will give you the evidence. You go to the NRA account, you ask them for the payment from IS Diplomatic Security, for Most Stephen, for Office Wall, and multiple orders from Maki Building, from a number of other big businesses. It then at the NRA accounts, the Swift payments are there. We have part of the Swift in our records. You go to the Agricultural Mechanization account, to the BSL. Thank God there is freedom of information bill. We give you rights for access to information. Ask for the Agricultural Mechanization account, and you will see there is about 3-point-something billion that we recover from machines. Let me finish. I know this is the point. The point is the ACC, we are not accountable to, we are accountable to the people. When the people ask you, they provide evidence, because I have not created an account for PAC. The law who they work with say, when we recover money, it has to go back to the beneficiary account. Until otherwise, it is changed. Or we make an alternate law. There's no way I can amend it. If you go to UADF, go and ask them. They will tell you they received 10.5 billion paid as a result of the PAC work from MNOs. So the monies are everywhere in their accounts. I have given you names. When the people ask you, they provide evidence, because I have not created an account for PAC. The law who they work with say, when we recover money, it has to go back to the beneficiary account. Until otherwise, it is changed. Or we make an alternate law. There's no way I can amend it. If you go to UADF, go and ask them. They will tell you they received 10.5 billion paid as a result of the PAC work from MNOs.
Yeah. But for all this sabi talk way Honorable Tawa they make, like say like a really know the job, he still they pick and choose. Why I say that? 98.1 first. Why una no ask Honorable Tawa about that fake receipt, that forgery receipt? Una no ask her nothing about that. Wait, una be talk say una no for ask her? yes, Honorable Tawa, the right person. Because when they explain to you, they know say you understand. It be the work in a bank. But the receipts, the work we make Lara Telopias and Tamba Momo, no they na audit service Sierra Leone again. Why they no ask them? Why they talk say okay, in done that 2021, 2022, now just few one then left. Eh? Why they no ask and say wetin happen with that one na state host, that fake receipt? So in a say don't left. Eh? I say they no ask the man. They no ask her. From start to finish, they no ask her. Una discuss 2021, 2022. We are inside the day. Una no ask him. So what thing they happen with that one day? Okay. Alright, so there. Something I forget to not forget. Or something I be get an agreement till on no ask on herself. Salon police. Salon police. Right. And so salon police take come inside you. Listen, ba.
The police seem to have come under constant criticism from the public in terms of them being one of the most corrupt institutions in the country. And at some point in time, you did mention your relationship with the media. I will talk on SIM very shortly. But first off, just recently, we've seen a report parodied on social media, and it has to do with the Auditor General's reports that does indicate that about 6.6 billion is yet to be accounted for under your leadership.
That is not correct. What they failed to capture is that in the Sierra Leone police, for example, if you are a lawyer, your salary is inflated. You are paid like any lawyer in the office of the state council. That is why just when you pass out of the law school, they submit to us your details. We write for your salary to be upgraded. We have people who came into the police service. They came in with their PIN codes. So what is passing around on social media that 6.6 billion is accounted for is not correct. In fact, we are coming up with a press conference to clarify those issues. They are false rumors. We have people like those we had a good number of police officers who were in the audit service. And in the audit service, their names were under our institution, but they are not paid from our funds. So all of those are the things that clouded the minds of those who did the audit. And I'm sure that we are going to clean it up. There's nothing like such in my time.
Let me take verbatim from what the report says. It says that about 265 individuals are receiving salaries that could not match the official staff roster, which has raised a lot of eyebrows. And you talk of those who've graduated from...
we have lawyers, we have people from the audit service. We have doctors, for example. If you have the medical people...
Could it account for that number 265?
It's about that one, yes. It's going to be explained. We are sitting together with the auditors. We don't have really any such, because if you actually understand all the issues around those people who are coming to the police, coming from other departments, coming along with their PIN codes and everything, we are like absorbing, because we are recruiting technical people. If we are recruiting a doctor, for example, he is coming along with his own PIN code and his own salary scale. It's not we police that are giving that one. So that is the issue.
Could that be perhaps due to non-participation or 100% compliance with the audit process? Because with the audit process, it doesn't just end at an assumption from the auditors. It goes to making inquiries by asking questions to the institution, asking for supplementary evidence to just put their report together. So if all this you're saying now were perhaps mistakes, if you had fully complied maybe during that back and forth process, you would have clarified the information, which would have landed a report that does not capture what it captures now.
Yes, well, we are the most audit compliant institution in the country. Each time, in my time, I've seen like 2 audit sessions. We've never have. This is strange to me that I'm seeing this for the first time. When I saw it, I was really taken aback. So I even called the people in the audit department. They too are very angry. So now they are going to set the record straight. But each time...
I don't understand. You called the people at the audit service?
We have auditors attached to our department from the audit service.
So you're saying you had participated, you complied fully?
Yes, everything.
So if you complied fully, which means this could as well not be a mistake, this could be a reflection of your institution?
This one can be explained. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying this one, it's going to be explained too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you had complied, it must have been explained before the report was released.
Well, I've
so to get to that point, if you're saying you had complied fully, could this be the actual reflection of your institution?
No, well, I've not seen this report, but like I said, we have an exit summit at the end of every audit session. There's an exit summit. They bring up the issues that they want us to clarify, and these issues were clarified. So I'm really wondering how they should be reflected. They have been explained. They have been explained.
Maybe the clarification was not convincing enough
to
change this report.
I don't know how it happened, but there is a department responsible for dealing with auditors. My office particularly was also audited. They audit every office in our institution. So this report, we are going to look at it. And like I said, I spoke to the auditor in my department, and he's equally confused about how they were able to arrive at such an aspect in the report. But that is another subject of investigation in the institution between us and the audit department. An aspect in the report, but that is another subject of investigation in the institution between us and the audit department.
So Salon Police, they investigate the audit department, for 6.6 billion. Okay. Yeah, na Salon Police, 6.6 billion. They never account for them. But here the IG, he said then confuse self because then comply with everything, so then surprise. Okay. Nayana Salon. Things are happening. The audit report, Ugo de Kauta. What's that be safe? Kauta. The things then they happen. Things are happening. Yeah, you would. Usman, welcome, sir. What you get for me on this one? Quick one.
Yeah, just hold on. Sorry, let's just connect these headphones quick here. Okay.
Okay, no problem. Let Usman get that in gadgets. Because now 265 people there. Where they see for account for as a Leone police.
Yeah.
Carry on, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Triple A, for talking with you. This issue of public finance management challenge, everybody they say would get the powers for investigate. Actually, both of them they thrive in different ways. But what you see the Public Accounts Committee for do, then I think all they look at the value of money, but specifically the Public Account Committee, then they deal with the Constitution, as they say. But if the ACC now they claim audit report for let them go get hands in them totally, it based on the previous way things have been done they go. Either because of what have been did as the one responsible for the Public Accounts Committee, it not been they look into the areas of policies and constitutional rights in terms of who that will get for say go within the budget, in credibility of the government for letting go give civil servants and MDAs. Well, we get for check that credibility. They looking at the value of them because when you talk of public service and civil servants. The civil servant then they work, and you get the top civil servant then they back who are so-called permanent secretaries. So you see that the Public Account Committee for know more about their area than they in terms of administrative work, we them for know, not to ignore and knowing about not doing it, but here they know for saying I didn't hear they go here, how we before approach, because those are the areas where you see the public committee, public account committee in a parliament for the do. Because we expect say, as in a national audit office, while then they draw any work from the national audit office, then work now from there and they pull out. That's not so them for do. But the point here is how come since here they come with the establishment of this act in 2000 of the anti-corruption commission for letting go establish them. So again, when you can establish her, you go see say then say they don't go for say well they can't help for prevent anything there. So what will be done for don't they expect? Audit reports come on, public account committee make a reviewing, look into individual things there. And then now, with the faults they wouldn't go see, use the ACC as a way for go directly on the particular audit reports, apart from their ongoing, after them, say another issue happened today, somebody just go bribe the police, we're not to part of an audit, then they realize that ACC receive the message, they will go act on those things on a daily basis. Okay, and then we expect the ACC again say, then say they're on duty, now for them, would they go educate the mass? And would they say actually Ben Kaifala can go to the university for educate, they can hold session them, but how effective the message they go, we don't know. But those are the duties. So but if we see the boundaries in terms of boundary lines, we say then they push barriers there now. Go so somebody they push in barrier beyond what if we do because of either we try for say they want for like go get recognition, we say then go see or for letting go either award them because them don't award woman Ben Kaifala to that do the award and all those award for work on a more creative design. But they say now is a problem where in the line not clearly show them, though they read them out, but because of the action of how the ACC don't get that relationship with them, as I say, because of the one we've been dating. Una the head, na the parliament, una the public account committee, even they ignore those policies. Because the one way ACC will do, they're not they look into the policies, they're not they look into the constitution. The only one that would look and guided by the policy and the constitution, the public service, how do they deliver, now the public account committee. You see, so but it's a matter of how these areas and get for say, matter of coordinate. Because if you're not able to get a coordination, they're not a get way where they will able for say they will be able to forget a line we will able for see where government don't say we don't give out or we don't disburse any model for them will say this model are now they use for now go deliver this particular bridge on the bill or this model now they use for now go use for agriculture. So now that model they fail for let them go act. Now that model then they see ACC go come for country when I let you they recommend. And at the same time, even the audit reports, they also recommend those things. So it's a matter of how they get for try capacitate individual areas and where they work directly with the public. Because when you see the public account committee now, then they work on behalf of the public for see what you don't get. But then time for letting them go directly to the public, so the audit reports, the auditor then they go, and then at the same time, we say the auditor then able for reach, now then they see when they say the scorpion squad of the ACC, then they go on spot where something happened. We're not to on a regular basis for say, we're not to something where they put as a schedule, as the auditor, every year in the checklist, they give a report. So it's a matter of drawing lines between daily activities or ongoing activities and we're not to rightful way when they disburse the couple, how the management of the financial government they say that they give for services, so how they can go up. And then we will go to permanent secretary. So it's a matter of whether they work with the policy, whether they check within the policy talk about, whether they talk to the one that were responsible for change those policies, where if you say you get the legislative arm now, and a part of where they talk say, oh, now the creature of this, now part of this, but say they don't born this speaking from the constitution, but again, we get one who cause zero na ACC, anytime we will not do because of we get similar law type, we will able for go call them. But it's a matter of whether they the responsibility of doing things where it goes say they do with accordance with the law. Because when ACC can inside now, then you always get a challenge with the courts, how the courts they find, how the courts they prosecute, and how the courts they do other things. So right now, you see, say recently when we do that pro, they will be on the talk here. They say they will change their strategy from that Scorpion squad for catch instead of the try for fairway for prevent. But they cry for say will not get equipment or will not get anything with digital. How then couple there then will run out because it's a fund. Now fund is a corruption defend. And how we will avoid the attraction of this money, where they will see, and go chase that. Now for now we will introduce models. And this them model they already introduced, ACC they recommend there, what the government for do, what the MDA for do. When you say every time they repeat, nobody they check them for say, well, why you know they always get a permanent person if in a service they don't go give, why this person don't go give receipt, or why you don't go accounting at the process this every year you do the same thing. But you look again, the other disadvantages, how you get for structure this public service area in terms of how they will say they will able to become effective. Sometimes, if they get employers, the government will say, I they take. We have come as a regime, I they change them. But it's a matter of would I get for day, when a permanent somebody as permanent secretaries, would then go see, say, this area is them, now these are the rules them. But if you can't, you change the rules, that's all good. But if you change the person, and then the rules do not change, so every time when a person can, now the same thing, all the permanent secretary and say, let's say you go able to do for let you go get to now so blanduam. So on the go. So you go see that the repeated thing they occur or they not go give administrative problems in terms of financing. So the administrative problems, now problems the way I feel say they're intentional, but it's a matter of how they get for coordinate, who they get for get the powers to investigate, and how the budget credibility of government they get for checker. How the expenditure of government, how then they give out the money and what they go out and how they go for control them. But on a public service, then they get for look into how they get for structure them. Until they try them, but there is a lot to do. Especially when it comes to digital, we go able for help them in there. Thank you so much. We keep praying for betterment. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, whose friend.
Yeah, you're most welcome, yes, sir.
Yeah. I want to say thanks to whose friend for your contribution today. Somebody sent text. Let us see if not the Wi-Fi extender this. Okay. Oh, they come. I will check on the first later. Yes, Naim. What are sent text? You will send text, they ask if now the Wi-Fi extender that one day. That's exactly what we want. We want 3 Wi-Fi extender. Okay, Alpha Casa. Yeah. That's the Wi-Fi extender we want. If you able to pay for them. 1 3 Wi-Fi extender. The Wi-Fi extender from the UK now we want. Because it will be easier for we. Rather the 110 million from the US. Alpha, welcome, sir. What you get for it today?
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me. And I think Uswen don't lay the foundation. Me, I not feel saying individual institution or group infect this one. What missing this whole matter, I think everybody want for show chest say me they do economy, they do this one. Which again sometimes it might be very good, but by law, after the audit reports don't come out, and that make outside then the tender not to ACC, na Parliament then the tender and when they tender to Parliament, in fact, Parliament now get the ability, the power for even investigate the auditors themselves for waiting and corner. They will recommend other external auditors for like audit the auditors them. That's now one aspect to our follow we understand. And number 2, it's like a chain walk. Follow see transparency and accountability. even the parliament, if they're themselves, if the auditors them they do their work, then they do their own auditing very very well, and the MDAs them, they give a little less or easy work to the auditor generals or the auditors or services. So at the end of the day, if all this body then they work effective one, guess what they happen? We they get reduced corruption at the country. But when you look at the Parliament Oversight Committee, in fact, they need more money, sef. Let us say wetin dem call. Because if they work effective one, the oversight committee, trust me, all this boku money wey dey hear so, we not for the hear and auditor general's report. But how capacitated are they? How, in fact, with equipment, they how people like there's a lot for talk. But that make way then the way Tawa they say the ACC boss they, well, for me in my own interpretation, maybe it don't couple more than waiting for the eat. I think for me not so that not the case. Now, how well incessant as Tawa na Parliament were able for either capacitate or equipped the own oversight committee for do the work effective one. When they do the work effective one, guess what they happen? They get more positive effect when the auditor general, the auditors team do their own work. At the end of the day, how the ACC the kind side. Now, outside Parliament before, okay, well, we not get that time again for beginning on that now go waiting and call, go court or whatever. We they send you now the ACC. So now that kind of teamwork there for day. But waiting at the shoulder now like just like where youth man they meet up, one man can want show strength, like even a university na campus. We see that they phonetize the English them, then they now me they see now. But I think for me, what we for look at now the common good of all. Do parliament, because let we check almost auditor reports done in a parliament where they not sit down and look. Let we check almost the way if they follow up like today, so we believe say the money for the day this kind pick way they so. Do you have the time? Do you have all it takes for sit down and look at all the audit report here from where and this government don't take over 5 or 6 years ago? So, but when you know say this work a boku for you, bring other body then kind side way, una go able for utilize time and able for implement or able for all people accountable effective one. For me, that's what me see this whole thing. Not to follow them begin to go interview, then they talk. So we know say Francis na so he did. Francis where he don't get opportunity, he dey hammer well. And when you listen with him talk, for me in my own take, even though people will say na politics, na this, na that, but he hits the nail on the head. Imagine they go be people work, the audit, they go, they monitor their job then they. At the end of the day, whether they feel them back, now the same taxpayer. Now we they feel them back. The same poor people, now then they face the pinch. Now then they face the challenge. This is why me no for me, when me not glad for the ACC. That recovery side. Just recover, in punishment. No. If somebody come meet you behind the mouth, say, well, this thing I do, I guilty you, or look at the pay am. At least let there be some amount of punishment for the person, even when they recover, so that tomorrow this person they do again. But all anything and they when they make we begin see big money or big what they call and they say, oh, they go give president this, or they go give that. I keep saying this thing, salon corruption fight, now like a poverty cycle. Now round would they go round. How? ACC go draw, Parliament go able for oversight committee go able for pull some amount. Also then they go put the money back. Now the same consolidated fund. Or that they use the money, now the same government back, then the Ministry of Finance, then distribute the same money back, then the ACC now audit to Parliament oversight body, then they give honors people them back. Una can't show where una spend the money, una can't this, una can't that. The one the way then thief with then call the old, not just the same thing. Are they fishing these people out of the system? No. Are they creating like where the president may say that they can't lock the holes, the loopholes them? Are they closing these loopholes? We all will agree, say yes. There are lots and lots of loopholes. In fact, now it all widen corruption in the country. So it's more about prevention, not only prevention, and even punish, not only the law.
I know if I lost you. I will see. Okay. I'll try to forget Alpha back. No, it's happening. Okay. Yes, not only prevention but punish. Now they will lose you, sir.
Yeah, not only prevention, but punish the one the way then they find guilty. That go able for set example now we country. And when they punish them, not to like a mango thief almost billion, they go charge a million. I mean a thousand. You they give the man more scope for make it thief Boku. You they give the man more scope because she they left her inside the system. Let we create the ACC, let the oversight committee in a parliament, let them come up with robust rules or policies. Them we go able for put, like when the president may say, they make corruption expensive. Now we want for see this time, not only young man, young guys them. They begin the full muscle. Let them know what the muscle can show, but we want for see results. I think that na me on 40 days.
Thank you very much, Alpha.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah. Who gets the audit report? The audit report. Now they're in property. Parliamentary na den property. ACC they make like a say. Without the audit report, then go die. You see? They no go die. Let them go find who could do. And Tibendo say, until systems then put them in place for prevent corruption. Yes. For prevent corruption. They used to. Corruption always go dede and go be the subject of discussion in Sierra Leone. Why? Because they not put system in place for prevent them. Well, if they put system in place for prevent corruption, something all the accolades them we ACC together, something enough for we don't get that much accolades. So, Umar, welcome, sir.
My brother, I also say thank you to the previous speaker. Then, corruption business not salon. It don't become a norm. The president been talk very well, and I will always quote him about waiting in Tinap National Stadium Stadium. He say, if they can rage war, pre-war, war on corruption, war on indiscipline, and war on lawlessness. None of them, none of them are not able to do anything about. In fact, they're all worse now than they've been there before. So, when the president with the CIA, they do corrupt practices. Because we don't see who's a chief minister, was a chief minister, a secretary of parliament or parliament clerk commit awful crimes. What a prosecute before clerk of parliament. We're in a position, I don't know how he becomes in a president for pick somebody occupy that position. That man they commit them kind of crimes and you suspend them, then you fix and come back. Then get people who willing to talk what? Or they do bad things them. All of them in a corruption, Mr. President. And if then people are letting they see you where they favor certain individual, then the other one themselves will say, you know what? If I elect me, or are they near the power? Okay, I can do whatever I want to do. You know, so we see where one institution don't do you a favor, then go to the extent, then go fetch people where they falsify information, then get envelopes them. And what's the envelope? Receipt them that you office. Where now you before stand still, make sure say the people that need the discipline them, they do everything for return the money publicly, shame them, and put them in jail. But instead, now you turn around, you fire people, we bring them people, and then you chief minister, now the life and the people say they cook books. Then people need them cook books. They change things, they falsify information just for shame you. So why corruption not go on? Because we see the corrupt practice where people are when you hire, now you administration, then they do things. Even this thing where this man pulls so this audit report, it's not just nothing. Now when are you put a day? If not been Lara therapy has probably not trillions. Now let me for come up with when I say both of missing. The people and whether they not respect you or they not care or they not say you very much cover them. So then just to do anything now in that country and say now we time or now we turn. So corruption business, we know say corruption been there, yes. But the people that this country put you for let you can't stop them because you say you know the problems. You former minister of information, former chief minister, when I judges about tell me that. Say they know what in the problem. The day we wanna take over, wanna go hit the ball rolling. and when I know the problem, when I go stop them. Nothing not stop, my brother. Nothing not stop. So then exchange here, you see, to me, I don't know the constitution. I don't know that much because it look like say Tawa, yeah, and then Kaifala, they don't cross road. Because when we know that much, when I can tell we, because Parliament, then self get you, but if Parliament they tell uh, 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 this man say not put yam on this, now we do this, go find something for do, then waiting at Parliament, waiting at this institution and responsibilities, waiting at the young worker. We Parliament they tell us, say, not touch this, not can near this, not can near here. Then waiting at their own job. They're not supposed for audit, they're not supposed for check. Not to that, then create them for check institution or people with corrupt practice, we take country money. So why now this man continue for the halapan and they tell us, say, "Una no can near here," or because he have don't find out, say, this man a bulldog with no teeth. So many they listen to him. We continue up na hala mo. Now me election are the same as me born with. We all get a loud hala voice. The honor me picking themselves don't tire with my voice. So I make it maybe it don't wear it kind of figure say, man, you now bulldog with no teeth. You not able to do anything. But instead of where they say they do something, from where they don't make, I don't know how long it don't do now, but from where they don't make a deputy speaker, waiting they don't do.
You don't get that over
Because
30 billion.
eh?
You don't get that over 30 billion from the 2021-2022 audit report where they see dump on the parliament.
Now Tawa don't get that.
Yes, sir. For within 4 to 5 months.
Okay. Well, we don't know if when I would read that constitution, they will not tell me. Because we the publicly, even though they're in a parliament, they're not to institution, but then at the second arm of government with the young power self, a greater past the executive. We then even get the power for remove the executive commander in chair. But that left for another day. Africa legislative arm of government, then said not just a bulldog, we not get no teeth. But if instead of this man pull and feel like go sit down, then let them do what he need for be done. But if you they tell institutions and MDAs and say, we are not pay that man no attention, or we are not listen to them if they call them, that not to respectful wait for Duam. For even though I hate Ben Kaifala because of, but not the same thing they all they do. Then get certain people and where they go allow, where they go after. Then get people and where we all know because now so we see Nigeria man come, he can't take people and money them. Nothing to nothing Ben Kaifala no do. Instead, in office, the court bongo say the people and where the money them go, then people and they for tell and thank you because of the pull out the story. Key when that they face and come. Me and the middle that man they I believe say we government because now that businessman, not businessman. That man they can a parliament, he give with president award. So that man did not just fly no more by himself to Nigeria, now he can land na Salono. Now investor, who that face and car? Who that face and car na Salono? Either the president or in the Kaifala, they know how that man they Canada country. Now when I go just sit down no more, when I young citizens, when I hard-working citizens, the hard-working money for just going in vain like that. And when I make them like say nothing not happen, till that man they escape, they go. The one that with the hold the money, they all left. So, you know, in exchange between not them boss because me not feel say the legislative arms of government, they're independent, they're not by themselves. But people have continued for say that parliament day, if that parliament day sober, how? I can always want to ask this question. How? When you get constitution, we're poorly written, and I will continue for talk about this constitution. You get a constitution we're so poorly written, where every power was given to the legislative arms of government, to the executive arms of government. How this parliament go move? What thing they go do? Anyone, whether not the chief, first of all appointee would say, oh, they don't appoint a chief minister and the parliamentarian that was a chief minister. The leader of parliament, we are waiting at the names of the waiting at the names of Wayne King Kola. Not ceremonial. The speaker. Not ceremonial. Oh, the vote. Let me tell you, they're all from where Sierra Leone begin, now handpicked by the president because the executive arms of government now in the run the legislative and the judiciary. When the president now in they pick the chief justice, now in they pick the justice there, but they're not independent. Now in back they fire them. So you tell me how you go tell me say the judiciary is not independent. How them go independent? When are the executive arms of government they hire the highest sort of we land. Now the other arms of government they pick the leader there, where they operate them. When they keep turn back and fire them, we don't see how they fire them. Then they tell we say they equal. How? Will not tell me how they equal. What they talk about the three arms of government and they were way powerful. But now the one now they pick them then they fire them. Now they choose who that for the day. So how they equal? How this parliament, for people like they say, this parliament get power for do this, they do. They not get no power. We parliament like a bulldog, we not get no teeth. Then they under the control of the president of the executive arms of government. Then two, then they are crippled. The other two not even exist. The way we constitution structure, they not even exist. I don't even know why they're in existence. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Omar. All right. Now, Melvin, now in Parliament don't summon so. Omar. Parliament get for someone. Omar talk on your own. Yeah, Parliament don't summon Melvin. You will answer question. I saw them go for someone Omar. Ezekiel, welcome, sir. What you get for we?
Thank you so much, Triple A. Thanks to the panelists and to all the listeners. And I don't know why they left the main thing and then begin the really smack chase about the position, man. I don't know I don't know how they put these document issues. I mean, on Monday, try for talk about imposition. Let Tawa even begin the talks in number 3 and number 4 or number 3 in line to the president. But anyways, the reality is that I believe and the anti-corruption group definitely they would want information anywhere where they go able to get them, but it look like they really mainly depend on this auditing reports. But as you can tell, way that before scan, that report's not to be the 100% way that we dig on. That we already the pre-notion plus say all the one the way they've been doing governance during APC, the hand dirty, so they not be need audit reports for jump on. I know all that we need now for just call any of them, tell them say, hey, we get some things that we will believe say match to within you in the hand, even to salary. So give we an explanation. So a little bit different now. So at the time, it looked like say then get a wing of even investigators where they can go around and gather information, and all of a sudden, now that that group don't dry up, easy for them jump on their own unless somebody come up with something, so it seems like that's solely what they depend on, especially when it comes to anything we come from anybody within governance. Not look like say your office one direct confrontation investigating anything. So it seems like pass then get that report, and who knows what thing that happen behind closed doors, we don't know, because the way how Tawa they really like really hold on to or focus on this document. I don't know if it really makes sense, because I know as young people the way they really want for CC the country, begin for day on a good footing in terms of corruption. I'm not thinking if we therefore come out publicly and hear anything, rather for them just I think we therefore all agree and really press hard for make sure say we need some things that will happen. But just like any other thing, it's like side we always then they rush hard, forget hold people accountable, and other side way very slow. Sometimes nothing not they happen there, because me they always look and say system way been there before when you want for put them in place. It's very difficult unless everybody from the top really they on the same page where get no secret cow. Now go make a lot of things and begin work correctly. Now make a way. I've been there listen yesterday. Program where I come now house and listen back all. Somebody been they mention say they don't find Cameron back guilty, so therefore I don't think he qualify for the president. I say, hey, you want qualification? We come to corruption for like president. That's hello. For this is the reason why the bank Kaifala then they go around and take money instead of the publicly announce without them the whole guilty. Because no one touched that part, they said. For say, we don't find you guilty, therefore you not qualify for it. Then don't know, nobody know they can't do that part. So they possibly even they say come in by they find out guilty, so you don't qualify. I don't think that law they better. If not that, them don't hold a lot of people by this anti-corruption way. If they're not guilty, why then they pay? Would that disqualify them for do anything? We get one right now. They go back in the parliament, So do ya no the talk about where somebody definitely commit a crime? Law talk about that. at least the system, the law in the country, and say guilty. Okay, you can talk about that. But I don't think say disqualification did you. Did it. We just say, we don't even know. Like even previous government, we don't even know would I really be guilty of corruption. It just they tell we say some and people and don't pay money. In fact, the area way, SPP government they talk say you who's opposition you see in jail for corruption for anything. So we just try small for collecting money from people, but really when the system not buy that much yet, even the one way then they pay, who knows? We not really get complete information on how much they find out. Say this person now you don't take from the country, and how much you don't pay, or how much is supposed for pay. We not they get that report. That's why back I wonder if the audit group they're not supposed for audit any recovery way they happen. I don't know if maybe because I know ever see the documents. So I don't know if anybody the way don't see that document, please law we find out, because throughout the first time they've been take money from people where they've been former people away they've been doing governance, APC people away they've been don't collect money in their hand. Anybody don't see that report, how much they collect from each person? No. So we don't know. So the anti-corruption group, I don't know if then they even audit them. They're not supposed to be part of auditing too. Then you audit them for law we find out how would that then collect from and how much was there. Okay for give we summary, but that for be public record. Somebody will be done raking money from the country and now they collect from her, not to public record. Why would not they see that? All these things, they make everything confusing. They make everything, people are beginning to think otherwise. What thing they happen? How much they collect? Where they collect from? Why we know they know that? Not to personal property, that's Sierra Leone information. Why in not public? All these things. It make it very difficult for they really understand if this thing truly it work. And we emphasize again, our young people are all day in charge. So please, we get a long way for go. So Lord, we make it straightforward for we people so that thing then will fall in place. Lord, we focus on fighting corruption instead of would I for take this document, would I not for take this document. That would be very helpful to the country. Thank you so much, Tripway. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Ezekiel. I want to say thanks to Ezekiel for your contribution and every other panelist who don't take part today. Now go down for today. Yeah? Go there back tomorrow. What time is it? Say what? After 5? Oh. Till meet back tomorrow. People say, Tata, make a left here. Let me say go lay down small, yeah?